Hello and a very warm welcome to ET Studios, powered by ET Auto. We're coming to you live from Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025 right here in New Delhi. Joining me now is Tejbir Singh Anand. He's the MD of ALP Overseas. Tejbir, thank you for joining us on ET Studios.
Thank you for having me over. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolute pleasure. To kickstart, can you tell us a little bit about your experience so far here at Bharat Mobility? What are some of the factors that you were really looking forward to being part of this expo?
See, I think the exhibition of this scale is happening after almost, I think, since COVID, post-COVID, it's not happened. So it's been a big boost, and especially with 3 exhibitions having parallelly. I think it's a great idea where they've separated, all 3, because I remember in the earlier times, it was a nightmare getting in and getting out.
Yes.
So I think it's become more focused and less people, but I think more meaningful people.
Yeah.
And the infrastructure is fantastic. I mean, the exhibition center, the complete layout, and I think it's just been very nice to see. I mean, we've always been complimenting shows overseas, but to see that happen in India, the quality, I think it's an amazing experience.
Fantastic, wonderful. So, one of the taglines here is co-creating value chains beyond boundaries. What is your take on this, and how do you really see this impacting India's auto industry on a global scale?
See, automotive industry, in my opinion, is a backbone for any economy.
Yes, true.
Directly, automobile contributes about 6 to 9% of the Indian GDP. Indirectly, I think it contributes more than that, maybe double of that, because a lot of channel industries are related.
Yes.
Steel, aluminium, rubber, plastic, foams, they're all related, indirectly related. So I think automotive, India now being almost the 4th largest manufacturer of vehicles, and probably in the next decade we are looking at maybe number 3 or number 2. I think that just boosts the entire infrastructure, the entire supply chain, and the overall economy. And also with the concept of now renewable power,
Absolutely.
EV, that really helps, because especially in a country like India, we do need this desperately, with the kind of, especially if you're living in northern India, with the kind of pollution levels we have.
Yes, true.
So I think this is going to be a big boost going forward. And the only challenge I see is that how does the infrastructure cope up with such a growth? I think that's something to see. But as of today, we are quite poised in India for a big growth. And not only directly as a component supplier, but overall the whole industry as well.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, sustainability.
Of course.
Electrification. I mean, these are big trends here.
The EV thing is all about sustainability.
Yeah.
And I think now, I've been doing business for more than 20 years. Earlier, the first thing a customer would ask you is your QCD, quality cost delivery. Now when we go, the first thing they ask us is what are your sustainability and environmental targets.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think there is a big shift in that, and which is in fact better, especially as I said for India, because we are such a large population with so much pressure on our current infrastructure.
Yes.
So if the more we become green, the more we become sustainable, it overall helps the complete society.
Yes, absolutely. How do you see India's role evolving on a global scale when it comes to really honing in as a hub for manufacturing, innovation, just really shining through on a global scale when it comes to the auto industry?
See, we are 2nd largest population in the world. I mean, if I look at China, of course, they are far ahead. But what China was maybe 30 years back, where we are today, and with the kind of initiatives by the government, and if the thrust is on manufacturing, you've seen the PLI schemes, what effect it has, especially in the electronic sector or the mobile sector. Even in automotive now, a day before yesterday, Mr. Modi also mentioned about going green, EV. So I think that kind of thrust is going to really boost up. We have a large pool of people. In fact, in COVID, when the world was struggling to get people to work, we had sufficient people to work.
Yes.
So we have a large pool of people to work. Our costs are comparatively lower. And Indian mindset is a very, I would say, engineering mindset. We adapt to changes very fast.
Yes.
And that is our USP. And now with the global, the focus, if companies are looking at China plus policy, I think India should be the biggest gainer of that trend.
Wonderful. Really exciting perspective. Just in a nutshell, what would you say are some of the steps that Indian manufacturers should look at when it comes to fostering healthy collaborations with their international counterparts, international investors, stakeholders? What does it take to create a successful partnership?
See, the take for any partnership is the trust.
Yes, so true.
And this is where I think we still lack, because not many companies internationally, or let's say, if I talk about the large MNCs, you leave them out, but look at the medium scale, small scale industries, they still don't have that trust and confidence in India. And I think it's a combination of both sides, because of course the administration in India, it's not easy for somebody outsider to come and start a factory here with the kind of channels we have to go through, So I think as long as you are transparent, as long as you are fair in your dealings, and there is a mutual trust and trust in terms of capabilities of both partners, I think that's the solid foundation of any partnership.
Sure, absolutely wonderful. Thank you. And before we wrap up, what do you see as some of the long-term benefits of an expo like this?
You see, the long-term benefit, of course, is putting India on the showcase of the global map. We haven't received many foreign visitors on day one, but I'm sure since it's a weekend over the Monday, Tuesday, we will have. It's so nice to see, all the technologies under one roof, and you see a lot of changes, because I've been actively coming to such shows for the last 20 years. But every time we come, we are seeing a different perspective in terms of technology, innovation, which is not only for that industry, but also, you can take offshoots from that in your own working as well. So I think this is the biggest advantage we see, is that everybody under one roof, all the innovation technology under one roof. Otherwise, you'd have to travel the whole year visiting all these companies all over India.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lots of learning happening.
Yeah, of course, lots of learning. Lots of learning.
All right, wonderful. Well, Tejbir, thank you so much. Thank you for being on ET Studios and sharing your insights.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.